welcome to the News on Map India series section of Drishti IAS. I'm Aisha, and in today's episode we will be covering topics which are important from General Studies Paper 1, that is Geography Map section. So let us first of all begin with the previous session question, but before that let me tell you that the students of the foundation course, online foundation course, who are using the Drishti Learning app, Drishti has come up with a new features of inclusion of the artificial intelligence to make your study more smart. So there are 3 features that you will be able to now see on the Drishti Learning app, and that is the AI summary, AI quiz and ask me anything. AI summary is you will be able to get the summary of the online classes that you are seeing, and then AI quizzes. Through the AI quizzes you will be able to solve the MCQs with regards to the topic which you have studied, and under the ask me anything you will be able to ask the artificial intelligence with regard to any question of the topic. So inclusion of the artificial intelligence in your preparation will make your study even more smarter. So all the students of the IAS GS online foundation course, they will be able to access this feature on the Drishti Learning app. Now let's begin with the previous session question. So the question reads, regarding the Kongu Highlands, consider the following statements, and there were 2 statements given. First was the Kongu Nadu is a fertile region of eastern Tamil Nadu. Then second is in the ancient Tamilakam it was the seat of the Cheras. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or none of the above? Let us see. So if we will talk about the Kongu Nadu, so first of all let us know about the Kongu Nadu. So Kongu Nadu was also known as Kongu Mandalam and is the geographical region which comprises of western. So it is not eastern, it talks about western and northwestern part of the Tamil Nadu, and then parts of southeast Karnataka and the eastern Kerala. So of Tamil Nadu it is not eastern, it is western, and in the ancient Tamilakam it was the seat of the Cheras, and the region finds mention in the Pattirapattu literature from the 1st century CE as a thriving industrial and commercial center. Now let us go back to the map and see the map. Now if we will talk about the Kongu Nadu, now look at this map. So if we will go by the map, then this is Tamil Nadu, and if we talk about the directions, then this is north, this is south, this is west, and this is east. And if this is Tamil Nadu, very clearly we are able to see that the western area of Tamil Nadu is covered by the Kongu Nadu highlands, not the eastern. And then if this is the western side of Tamil Nadu, then we can very clearly see that the north eastern side of Kerala is used, and the south eastern side of Karnataka is also involved in it. Now coming back to the question, the Kongu Nadu is a fertile region of eastern Tamil Nadu. No, it is western Tamil Nadu. First statement becomes wrong. Second is in the ancient Tamilakam it was the seat of the Cheras. Yes, we just saw it, and it's a fact that you need to remember. So which of the statements given above is or are correct? First is wrong, second is correct. So the correct answer becomes option B, that is 2 only. Next. So consider the following, and there are 5 wildlife sanctuaries given, and the question is asking how many of the above mentioned wildlife sanctuaries are situated in Kerala. Now let us look at the name of the wildlife sanctuary, that is Aralam Wildlife Sanctuary, Begur Wildlife Sanctuary, Chinar, Idukki, Neyar. And the options given are only 1, only 2, only 3, or all of the above. Now let us talk about the wildlife sanctuaries which are situated in the state of Kerala. Now if we talk about Kerala, Kerala is one of the south, or you can say one of the southern states of India, and a lot of wildlife sanctuaries are present in Kerala, because Kerala is also known as God's own city and God's own paradise. Reason being, the Kerala is very much rich in flora and fauna, and the region of Western Ghat also passes through Kerala. Now let us talk about the wildlife sanctuary. So there are many wildlife sanctuaries which are present in Kerala. So let us look at the wildlife sanctuaries which were given in the question. So if we will go about Then Aralam Wildlife Sanctuary, yes, it is found in Kerala, in the northern Kerala. Then comes the Begur Wildlife Sanctuary, situated in the region of Wayanad. Then comes the Chinar Wildlife Sanctuary, you can say almost in the central eastern side of Kerala. Then comes the next, that is Idukki Wildlife Sanctuary. It is situated around the southern Kerala. Then comes the next, that is the Neyyar Wildlife Sanctuary. It is situated in the southern Kerala. Now there, how many is 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5? And how many in total the question is asking? It is also asking about the 5 wildlife sanctuaries. So Aralam, yes. Begur, yes. Chinar, yes. Idukki, yes. Neyyar, yes. It means all the 5 wildlife sanctuaries are found in the state of Kerala. So the correct answer becomes option D, that is all of the above. Now next question. Consider the following statements, and there are 3 statements given. So let us read the first statement, that is, it is also known as Muthodi Wildlife Sanctuary. Second statement is, it is a project tiger reserve and hosts diverse forest including southern moist mixed deciduous forest, dry deciduous forest and shola forest. Third is, it hosts diverse fauna including tigers, leopards, dholes, gores, deer and elephants. So which of the above or which of the following best matches the above description? So the options given are Bandipur National Park, Bhadra Wildlife Sanctuary, Nagarhole National Park or Dachigam National Park. So the question, what is the answer of it? So if we will go by the question, then the news was around that Karnataka Forest Department, so it becomes clear that the state involved is the Karnataka. So the Karnataka Forest Department to soft release captured jumbos into Bhadra Sanctuary. So the answer we have also got, that is the Bhadra Sanctuary, to mitigate human-animal conflict in Hassan, Chikmagalur and Kodagu. So the answer is Bhadra Wildlife Sanctuary. And if we will look at the map of Karnataka, we will be able to find the Bhadra Wildlife Sanctuary, and it is situated around the central Karnataka. And the Bhadra Wildlife Sanctuary, the name is also after the Bhadra river which passes through the Bhadra Wildlife Sanctuary. Now coming back to the question, it is also known as Muthodi Wildlife Sanctuary. So yes, that is correct, that the Bhadra Wildlife Sanctuary is also known as Muthodi Wildlife Sanctuary, and Bhadra Wildlife Sanctuary is a project tiger reserve which hosts diverse forest. Now when we talk about wildlife sanctuary, then the presence of flora and fauna would be there. So a very diverse variety of flora and fauna is found in the Bhadra Wildlife Sanctuary, and it hosts a diverse fauna including tiger, leopard, dholes, gores, deer and elephants. Now that is also correct. So which of the following best matches the above description? That is, correct answer becomes option B, that is Bhadra Wildlife Sanctuary. Coming on to the next question, that is, consider the following statements, and there are 2 statements given. First, the highest number of Gangetic dolphin are found in Uttar Pradesh, while the lowest numbers are found in Rajasthan. Second statement, the Gangetic dolphins and Indus dolphins are classified as endangered. Choose the correct option, that is only 1, only 2, both 1 and 2, neither 1 nor 2. Now let us look at the first of all question. So if we talk about the Gangetic dolphin, so the survey of the Gangetic dolphin has been done for the very first time, and it has been found that more than 6,300 Gangetic dolphin has been observed around the river Ganges. Then comes Brahmaputra, then comes Indus. So if we talk about, then more than 6,300 Gangetic dolphins were found, and if we talk about, then around more than 3,000 were found in the Ganga mainstream, then 2,400 around the tributaries of Ganga, then 584 Brahmaputra mainstream, then 412 Brahmaputra tributaries, and around 100 are found in the Vyas rivers. Then the survey has started from the year 2021, and it took many years to complete this survey, and Uttar Pradesh has the most dolphin, which is followed by Bihar, West Bengal and Assam. Now if we will go by the numbers, then Uttar Pradesh has the highest number of dolphins, more than 2300, followed by Bihar around 2200, but the lowest is found in Punjab and the number goes to 3. It is not Rajasthan, it is Punjab. So the first, that is the highest number of Gangetic dolphin was found in Uttar Pradesh, and while the lowest in Rajasthan, no, lowest in Punjab. Second is the Gangetic dolphin and Indus dolphin are classified as endangered. Let us see this. So if we will know about the Ganges river dolphin, then that is, it is also the national aquatic animal of India. Then few of the facts is, it can only live in fresh water and it prefer to go deep water. Then they are essentially blind and they hunt or they contact with each other through ultrasonic sounds, and they cannot breathe in water, and that is why they come out to breathe. Now if we talk about the habitat, then they are distributed in Ganges, Brahmaputra river basins of India, Nepal and Bangladesh, and they are also found in the Indus river system. That is why it is also found in the Vyas river. Then the protection status, if we talk about, then the IUCN status is endangered sites. It comes under Appendix 1, and Wildlife Protection Act, it comes under Schedule 1. So if we will talk about the IUCN status, then the Gangetic dolphin and the Indus dolphins are classified as endangered. So that is correct. So first is wrong, second is correct. Choose the correct option. So that becomes only 2. It means the correct answer becomes option B. Now next question. Consider the following statements regarding earthquake preparedness and initiatives in India. So there are 2 statements given. So first statement talks about that India is prone to earthquakes with approximately 59% of its area vulnerable to seismic activity. Second, the country is divided into 4 seismic zones based on earthquake risk. Which of the above statements is or are correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or none of the above? So let us first of all talk about, so recently the earthquake has hit Myanmar and more than 2500 people have lost their lives. Now if we talk about India, then the complete country has been divided into 4 seismic zones, and the map which you are able to see, so that is zone 2, 3, 4 and 5. So zone 5 are the places which are very prone to earthquake, and zone 2 are the places which is least prone to earthquake. Now coming to zone 5, so these are the places of northeast India or the Himalayan states. Then coming to zone 2, so the blue area which you are able to see, that is zone 2, it means least prone area. Now if we talk about the national capital, that is Delhi, so it comes under zone 4, and that is why you will all very frequently hear the news that the earthquake tremors was felt in the national capital. So the country is divided into 4 seismic zones based on earthquake risk. That is true, and India is prone to earthquake. That is also very much correct. With approximately 59% of its area vulnerable to seismic activity. This is a fact that you need to know. So no map can tell you, or after seeing any map you will not be able to know that how much percentage. So that is a pure fact that you need to know. So India is prone to earthquakes with approximately 59% of its area vulnerable to seismic activity. So that is correct. So the correct answer becomes, which of the statements is or are correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, neither 1 nor 2. First is correct, second is correct. It means the correct answer is option C, that is both 1 and 2. Next question is Karimpuza Wildlife Sanctuary. So Karimpuza Wildlife Sanctuary, which was in news, recently emerged as a biodiversity hotspot in a faunal survey, is in which of the following states of India? So that is Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Karnataka or Goa. Now if we will talk about the Karimpuza Wildlife Sanctuary, so Karimpuza Wildlife Sanctuary adds new species to its checklist. So new species to its checklist has been added, and that is why it was in news. So if we will look at the map of Kerala, to the state to which it belongs, this is the map of Kerala. So we can very clearly see the location of Karimpuza Wildlife Sanctuary. So you can say it is in the North Kerala. North Kerala. So the Karimpuza Wildlife Sanctuary, Kerala's youngest protected area. So So it is the area which very recently added protected area of Kerala, and it is a biodiversity hotspot. Hotspots means that a large and a very diverse variety of flora and fauna is found at the Karimpuza Wildlife Sanctuary, and it is part of the Nilgiri Biosphere Reserve and recently documented 63 new species. So 63 new species has been added. So this was about the Karimpuza Wildlife Sanctuary. So the correct answer for this question becomes option B, that is Kerala. Now coming on to the next question. So that is, consider the following pairs. Now consider the following pairs. On one side, that is the left wing extremism districts are giving, on the other side state is given. It means first is Bijapur, Chhattisgarh, second is West Singhamam, Jharkhand, third is Gadchiroli, Maharashtra, and fourth is Sukma, Chhattisgarh. How many of the above pairs are correctly matched? So you need to match the pairs. Only one, only two, only three, all of the above. So if we will go by the map of the left wing extremism, so it has been said that the left wing extremism, so Naxal affected regions constitute to 38 districts by April 2024. So the left wing extremism states or the regions are coming down, it is not increasing. So that is, you can say, a good idea or a good philosophy. So if we will talk about the left wing extremism, so these are basically the individuals or the groups who show radical leftist ideologies and seek to overthrow the established system of power through violent means. So they are basically or commonly referred to as Maoist globally, and within India they are known as Naxalites. So in India, the Naxal insurgency originated during the time of 1960s in West Bengal Naxalbari area. So if we will talk about the following pairs, then all these four pairs are correctly matched. Bijapur, Chhattisgarh, West Singhamam, Jharkhand, Gadchiroli, Maharashtra, Sukma, Chhattisgarh. These four pairs are absolutely correctly matched. So all the four pairs are correctly matched. So the correct answer becomes option D, that is all of the above. Now if we will look at the next question, then that is the Pipalapanka Dam. So it is talking about a dam, that is the Pipalapanka Dam, which was in news, is in which of the following states of India? So that is Odisha, Assam, Kerala or Karnataka. Now let us look at the map. So if we will talk about the Pipalapanka Dam, then Odisha's Pipalapanka Dam plan revival. So the plan for the dam has now been revived again, and which is situated in the state of Odisha. It sparks outrage over the threat to the river. So now what has happened is that the Odisha government has revived the proposal to construct a dam, and that dam is the Pipalapanka Dam, and it is at the confluence of two rivers, that is the Rushikulya River and the Odangi rivers. And the environmentalists and the conservationists are opposing this revival of the dam plan, and it says that this prioritizes industrial interest over the ecological and the human concerns. So the correct answer becomes option A, that is Odisha. Next. Now this is the practice question, and like always, you people will give me the answer in the comment section. So let us look at the question. Consider the following statements about North Sentinel Islands. So there are three statements given. First, it is situated east of the central cluster of the Andaman Islands. Second, the island is protected under the Andaman and Nicobar Protection of the Aboriginal Tribes Act, that is 1956, which prohibits approaching it within a distance of 5 nautical miles. Third being, it is home to one of the world's last remaining isolated tribes, the Sentinelese. So these are the three statements, and the question is asking which of the above statements is or are correct. 1 and 2, 2 only, 2 and 3, none of the above. And like I always say, you need to go and then look at the North Sentinel Island. Look at about or study about the facts which are related to the North Sentinel Island, and then give me the answer in the comment section. So that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. Till we meet next time, keep reading, keep writing, and keep subscribing to the channel. Thank you.
For more informative content, like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.